here. Hi everyone. So Nicole here, and I am here with Angela. The room is a little dark, so it may be, I know it's a little hard to see the vessels, and of course my cats are deciding to make as much noise as possible because that's what they do. So this is Angela, and I don't really have that much information about her. So this will be a learning experience for me and for her, or him, whichever spirit is attached to the vessel. And so I am just going to go through the different tools. And I will say, before I even started this, while I was still getting set up, the flashlight went on, and so did the motion sensor. And I was way over there across the other side of the room going through my tote of different tools that I was trying to grab. So the flashlight is like a hit or miss, I feel, because I feel like flashlights in general, even though they can be used as tools to communicate, sometimes it's a little tricky. Well, and there you have it. Thank you, Angela. I think that she's just showing off at this point. We haven't done an investigation yet where that flashlight has turned on. So, thank you so much for that, Angela. So there have been some activity even while I was just setting up. With that being said, I don't want to ramble. So, Angela, I'm going to go through the different tools that I have laid out. You have already used the flashlight, I believe. And then the white circular disc to your left, that is a motion sensor. If you walk by it, stand near it, any of those things, it will turn on. It's pretty bright. This ball right here is a blinky ball. And so if you touch it, it will go off. There's also a ball on that table back there where I usually have the candles going, but I didn't put the candles on because I wanted to put a blinky ball over there. So that way, if she wanted to go over there and turn the blinky ball on over there, she could. This device right here, Angela, is an EVP recorder. So if you talk into it, when I listen back, there's a good chance I'll hear your responses. I didn't take out my thermal imaging camera today, only because I've had some things where I feel like I see things and, I haven't quite figured out. I thought I was saving pictures and I wasn't, so I want to read more on how to save pictures before I use it again. And then this is the spirit box right here, and when I turn it on after, and it's really loud, and it just scans through stations and it creates white noise, and you can talk through it. So if you are ready, Angela, we can begin. How does that sound to you? Does it sound good? I usually like to wait for some confirmation, just to see if they're ready to start, because I have a bunch of questions, like an interview, Awesome. Before I was calling them investigations, and I'm like, it's not an investigation. It's an interview with spirit, and just talking to spirit and getting to know them, and getting to know some identifying details about them, like their name, so I can start calling them by their actual name, and how old they were, and find out what they did in their life, and really get to know them as a person. So we will begin. So Angela, as I said before, my name is Nicole, and you've been here for quite some time, and you've always had a wonderful energy, and I have been very much looking forward to this interview with you. So let's begin. So you can use any of these tools here to kind of let me know that you're here. You can, use the EMF, whatever. But if you speak your answers directly into the EVP, which is that little red light right here, if you speak directly into that device, I'll be able to hear your answers when I play it back. So can you please tell me what your name is? are you? Are you a child? Or are you an adult? Are you a man? Are you a woman? Where are you from? What things did you enjoy doing when you were alive? Can you see and interact with the other spirits here? What year did you pass away? And just so you know, the current year right now is 2023. Can you please tell me why you're attached to this vessel? Is there anything that you would like to say to me? Now, if you could, I know that, the flashlight turned on for just a brief second before. Is it possible that you could turn the flashlight on again? If you can turn it on and off, that would actually be a great way to ask yes no answers. So, like, if you turn it on, that's a yes. If you don't turn it on, that's a no. And I'm just curious if the flashlight thing was just a fluke or if it, that was you turning it on. And like I said, you can use any of these tools to show me that you're here, to try to get my attention. You can turn the motion sensor on or the blinky ball. There's one here, one there. You can use the EMF detector. Anything that you would like to do. The flashlight even. Anything that you would like to do, feel free. The blinky balls, I know that, I was talking to spirited vessel, the vessel name is Damian, but the spirit name was Pete. And I was talking to him last night, and he quite enjoyed the Blinky Balls. He liked playing with them. Do you like Pete? I noticed when I mentioned Pete, that lit up. Do you talk to Pete? You do? Now, your vessel is right next to his. Do you like your placement where your vessel sits? And I know that you don't sit there, but do you like where your vessel is placed? Awesome. Now, do you and Pete talk often? And do you have free roam of the house, or I don't know as far as like how spirited vessels work, as far as like how far you can go. Like, are you attached to it where you can only reach a certain, like, I'm not sure how that works as far as like, you know, what you're able to do from the vessel. Are you able to have free roam and just leave and come back? So have that freedom? Okay. Is there a particular reason why you're attached to this vessel here? No. Now, I asked Pete yesterday the same question. And when I asked him why is he attached to the vessel, he said, don't know. Um, do you not know either why you're attached to this vessel? So then I guess the follow-up question would be, do you know why you're attached to this vessel? Did you choose this vessel? So I'm guessing that you didn't choose the vessel, but you know why you're attached to it. Is that correct? Well, if you want, we can always start the spirit box. It might be a little bit easier to communicate through the spirit box. Just fair warning, it's kind of loud. Um, it's actually very loud. it's it sweeps through, so it creates white noise. You're able to talk through it, so it's a very beneficial, and it's a great tool to have. So you can hear actual responses. Sometimes I don't hear all the responses in real time, and I have to listen back. But I'm a little hard of hearing, so that would be why. Just so you know that I'm not ignoring your responses or anything. When I play it back, I will hear anything. So anything I miss, I will hear it when I play it back. Just fair warning that it is loud for me. I don't know if it'll be loud for you, but it's a great way to communicate. So I am going to turn it on. Hi, Angela. Can you please tell me what your name you a child? Are you an adult? Are you a man or a woman? Where are you from? Can you say my name back? My name is Nicole. Do you interact with the other spirits here? What year did you pass away? Why are you attached to this vessel? Is there anything you would like to say to me? Was that you that just called my name? Was that another spirit that called my name? Do you like it here? Angela, let me ask you a question. Is it possible for more than one spirit to be attached to a singular vessel? this house, does it act like a portal? Like, are other spirits attracted to this area? Do you keep moving around the room? Where are you in the room right now? Are you standing next to me? You can take this time to tell me anything that you'd like. I keep hearing two very distinct voices coming through the spirit box. One is a man and one is a woman. And I'm not entirely sure which one is you. Are you a man? Are you a woman? Can you tell me some of the things that you enjoyed while you were alive? Did you have any hobbies? Did you choose this vessel because you resonate with it? Thank you. Thank you for that. So you were saying yes with the flashlight, that you identify with this vessel? Do you enjoy it here? You like the craziness of this household with all of our cats and all the chaos and craziness? Did you like animals? Do you still like animals? cats? Can they see you? I'm going to shut off the spirit box, okay, Angela? It didn't seem as loud as it usually seems. And, I use the radio because it's a little bit easier to understand what's coming through. But sometimes with the radio, I just feel like it's blaring. But tonight it wasn't too bad. So, I did notice that the flashlight went on. Was that you that turned it on? I just heard a bang. Do you want to do a shave and a haircut? Because I just heard a pretty loud bang. So let's try shave and a haircut. And I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I will do the whole thing right now, okay? And then shave and a haircut. And then there's 2 after. So I'm going to do it again if you can do the last 2. Okay, Angela? I heard one bang. We could try it one more time if you'd like. I have to listen back on the EVP. Seems like we are 28 minutes and about 50 seconds in. I heard something with my ear, a voice. So I just want to see if I pick it up on the EVP recorder. Did I just hear you, Angela? If you could, if you can and if you want to, because this is a no pressure zone and we respect boundaries here. If you want to use the flashlight, turn it on for a yes. Was that you that I heard? Do you prefer to use the EMF? Was it another spirit that I heard? I feel like whenever I do these interviews and I am talking to a very specific spirit, because I have the vessel here in front of me and I'm talking to the spirit that's attached, I feel like other spirits try to come in because they have something to say. And as you are here with me right now, Angela, can you tell me if that's the case? If there are other spirits here with you trying to also talk with you? And it's okay if you're getting tired. I know that, and this is exactly why I do these in short bursts, that I would imagine it's extremely hard for spirit to gather energy. What is that sound? I keep hearing something. I would imagine that it's pretty hard to go on for 30 minutes and try to interact with a whole bunch of different tools and, try to communicate through those tools and gather the energy, because let's not forget that spirit is on another plane, and so they have to interact with physical items in the living world, and that takes energy, and energy is not something that is just an endless source. They have to gather the energy, and then they have to interact with the tools. And I would imagine that does get depleted to some extent, where it becomes more difficult to interact with, the different tools that are laid out. Now, if you can, Angela, I have a blinky ball over there on the back bookcase. Would you mind turning that on for me? And all you have to do is touch it if you can. And if you can't, that's okay. Or if you just don't want to, that's okay as well. So we are about 32 minutes in. I have a feeling that Angela is starting to get tired. Not in the sense that tired like needs sleep, but that they're like, the energy is starting, it's becoming more difficult to interact with the different tools. And that's okay. So this is why I do these in like kind of short bursts, because number one, I don't want to overwhelm spirit with all of these questions and, can you turn that light on, and can you do this, and can you turn the flashlight, and all of that, so I'm sure that's a lot already, and to do that over an extended period of time would be, I know I'd be exhausted. I'd be exhausted doing that now. I couldn't imagine, trying to interact with something that isn't even on my plane, and having to interact with something that's of a different plane, of the living world, and me trying to interact with that. I would imagine that's exhausting. And so I am going to end this paranormal interview here with Angela. And I do hope when I listen back that I get, name, and I get, age, and all the different information. That way I can start addressing you by your actual name. And one last question before I end this. Do you like your vessel name? And so I hope that response is on the EVP recorder. Thank you so much, Angela, for sitting here and for communicating with me. And thank you, everybody in YouTube world. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would imagine that was a little hard to do, to gather that energy to turn that on, because you have to kind of like be near it and trigger the motion sensor. So thank you so much, and thank you everybody in YouTube universe for watching this video, and I appreciate all of you, and until the next one, I will see you later. Bye.